Welcome back to another episode of the Prevail Gym podcast, where I'm answering questions from you guys every single week. My name is Shannon. I'm the owner of Prevail Gym, and I get to sit down with our members once every quarter, which means I'm meeting with people every single week, and they always have questions, and I think you guys would like to know the answers to those questions. One of the most common questions that I get almost every single goal review is, how the hell do I get enough protein in throughout the day? Protein is it's a big focus for everybody, but it's also super overwhelming, and people just kind of freeze. They don't know how to get enough protein in, or they think they're getting enough protein in. Then they realize, oh shit, I'm only getting like half of what I'm supposed to get. How am I supposed to eat enough protein? So I started thinking through first, why is this so challenging for people? And my thought is that our world is created on convenience right now. You can find food like that anywhere. And for the most part, it's not protein. So protein is extremely inconvenient to make, and we don't have easy access to it. Or we do have easy access to a protein, but it's coated in fat. So it's super simple for people to find carbs, super simple for people to find fats, but it's very difficult for people to find protein sources, good protein sources on the go, which means we resort to things like protein bars, protein sticks, protein shakes, which are fine, but then you're only having like small amounts of protein throughout the day, and then you're left with, I still need to get 80 grams of protein in, and it's dinner time. How am I supposed to do that? So I thought through the things that I do and advice that I give our members, and I made a list of 4 main things that I recommend people to do, and I have a little bonus tip at the end. So let's start. Number 1, this is my favorite. This is my biggest tip. I think it's the most successful tip that I can give someone, and that is to front load your day. With this, you need to be getting in as much protein as possible in every meal. And for a lot of people, what I hear is, I don't eat breakfast. I skip breakfast and then I go straight to lunch or maybe a morning snack, and then I save everything for dinner. And the most important thing for me to note with this is you need to find something that you can stick with and something that works for you and your lifestyle. But when we skip breakfast, we're running behind in our protein and really our nutrients in general. So if you can front load your day and get as much protein in at the beginning of the day, I feel like you're setting yourself up for success. So for me, just to give you an example, for today, I had 2 eggs, a slice of cheese, 1 serving, which is like, I don't know how many ounces, but 1 serving of ham. I had 3 Kodiak protein pancakes with Greek yogurt on top with strawberries and honey. I put all of that into MyFitnessPal, and that's 45 grams of protein. Usually I have a protein shake with that, and most protein shakes have 20 to 25 grams of protein. So you're looking at 65 to 70 grams of protein before 8 a.m. That's huge. If my goal is 130 or 140 grams of protein throughout the day, I'm halfway done, and it's not even 8 a.m. So then in turn, it takes that pressure off of saving all of my protein for dinner, and you're trying to like make up for things, and it just takes a lot of the pressure off, and it helps set you up for success throughout the day. That's what I recommend. Number 2, if that doesn't work for you, you need to find a meal that you have the most control over. So you have to take a look at your lifestyle and ask yourself, what meal do I have the most control over? Let's say evenings are super hectic for you. You have a young family and they're all involved in sports, and so you're bouncing around throughout the town, or maybe you're driving out of town to take them to practice, and you have this game, and dinner just feels impossible to complete as a family. So you don't need to make that your main meal. If you are saving all of your protein for dinner, but you know dinner is hectic and you're skipping breakfast, you are setting yourself up for failure when it comes to getting in enough protein or enough nutrients in general. I also want to put this in there. If you have a lifestyle that makes it difficult for you to have structured meals, you may need to look at your lifestyle. If you have time in the morning, but you're not getting up early enough, because your evenings are full. Something needs to give, something needs to change. If you're wanting to make a change in your life and in your lifestyle, but you're not willing to change your life and your lifestyle, it's not going to work. So use all of this information and these tips, but know that you have to change something or nothing is going to change. So find the meal that you have most control over and make that what I call slam dunk. Grand slam, get all of your protein in, all of your nutrients, make that the best, most nutritious, heartiest meal possible. And then it takes the pressure off to get all the other nutrients in just a couple other meals. Tip number 3 is to ask yourself one question. Where is my protein? When you sit down to eat a meal or a snack, you need to be asking yourself, where is my protein on this plate? Most of the time, because things are convenient, we are prioritizing carbs and fats, and we are minimizing and completely forgetting about protein. We need to move protein up to the top of the conversation. That should be top of mind all the time. So for example, what we do in our house here, we start out with our protein. So what protein are we gonna have for dinner? What's already prepped in the fridge? Maybe we have beef, chicken. We don't really eat a lot of fish here. Maybe some pork, maybe it's eggs if we're eating breakfast, but we start with the protein first. Figure out what that is going to be, and then you're gonna build your meal around there. That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what carbs do we have in the pantry? Because carbs are everywhere. Do you have tortillas? Do you have rice? Do you have pasta? Do you have potatoes? Then number 3, you can add some veggies in, and then you add your sauce, and there's your meal. But you have to start with prioritizing protein first. And the easiest way, I want to give you an action item. Don't just say, I'm going to prioritize protein. The question you're going to ask yourself is, where's my protein on this plate? So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is supplements. Supplements are to supplement your current nutrition. We do not start with supplements and then eat our foods. We eat our foods and then we add in supplements. They are to supplement what you are already doing. The best way to bring protein into your supplement routine is a post-workout protein. There's a lot of information out there about timing, and that has truth to it. But in order to have the basics, to master the basics, you just need to get protein in after you exercise. So I love analogies. So my analogy with this is steak. So here, think of your muscles that are fully repaired and recovered as a raw, beautiful, thick, nutritious steak. Okay, this is what we want our muscles to look like. After we exercise, we have ripped and destroyed our muscles. We've gotten rid of all the nutrients, everything out of it. Now it looks like beef jerky. In order to get from beef jerky, this dry, shriveled up muscle, back to a beautiful raw steak, we have to put protein back into the muscle. So we need to be consuming protein after we exercise, whether that's immediately after, if that's what you believe in, or if it's just within the next hour or two, whatever you choose, that's not the most important. You just need to be getting protein in after you work out. The easiest way for me to do that is with a supplement, whether it's a protein shake, something like that. So adding in a supplement is gonna be very helpful. So just to recap, number 1, front load your day. Get as much protein in as you can. If that doesn't work for you, number 2 is to find the meal that you have the most control over. Number 3, everyone should be doing this. Ask yourself one simple question: where's my protein on my plate? Number 4 is to supplement, add in some protein. And our bonus tip, number 5, is to track your food. Tracking is a pain in the ass, and most people don't like to do it. Totally get it. I don't want you to have to track for the rest of your life. No one wants to do that. So what I recommend is log to learn. Eat what you normally eat in a day, put it into an app, and see where you are. Am I even close to my protein goal? If you're not, let's say your goal is 150 grams and you're at 80, you got a lot of work to do. But you're gonna ask yourself, what's one thing that I can do different tomorrow to get more protein in? And then repeat that. So then you add in something else, track it, see where you're at. add in something else, track it, see where you're at. And so you're logging to learn as you go instead of feeling restricted, like I have to hit this number, I have to hit this number. Just make progress and track it as you go. So overall, getting protein in is doable. It's so doable. And a lot of what needs to change in order to make that happen is small changes, but they stack up over time. So use these tips, get your protein in, get out there, keep prevailing, and hit those goals.